Hello. So lately we've been seeing a lot of craziness on the planet Earth. We saw the Orange Man here in the US, the leader of the US, the unnamed country. We saw him go to a second summit meeting with North Korea's leaders. And guess what? He failed miserably. He left early in a temper tantrum, like he always does. He has never, ever grown up. He's a complete psychopath. And why on earth would we even think of putting such a nut in charge of a summit for North Korea? It's come out of all these scandals that are going on with this orange person. But that's not the worst of it. The worst of it is that Pakistan and India are having quite a time with each other. The bombs are flying, planes are being shot down, prisoners taken. Both of these countries are nuclear countries. There's been a new study out of the US. What would happen if there was a nuclear exchange between these two countries? Not only would they wipe themselves out completely, but Europe and the US would die also. And this is the reason why they say is because it wouldn't take too many nukes in the atmosphere that would float over around the planet. It would take about 48 hours and you'd have a nuclear cloud around the planet, which then would turn into a nuclear winter, which would make everything in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere very cold. The first crops that would fail would be cotton, wheat, and rice. In the first year you would have 10 to 40% crop loss around the world. Food would run out within 60 days, and within just 1 year, you would lose 90% of all the humans on the planet. And that doesn't include all the animal species that would also die around the planet. So the Orange Man here in the US is about the only one that would be able to negotiate a peace between these two. He doesn't like peace. He prefers unpeace. So what's driving all this dysfunction around the world is excessive weapon sales. So many countries are now getting into it because it's so lucrative. War is a big business. So the US is still the largest weapon sales at 34 or 36%, somewhere in there, of all the weapons sold on the planet. Russia comes in second, 35% to 34%. France is 25%, Germany 14%. The US sold to 98 different countries last year. Russia sold to 47 countries. France sold to 81 countries. Germany, I can't find where and who they sold to. This study about nuclear war wasn't kidding. This is the optimistic look at it. Honestly, no one's going to survive a nuclear war. So, what is the CO2 count for today? Well, there's a reason I brought it up. Look at the spikes that we're seeing. We have to do something now instead of just talking about how terrible things are going to get. Let's try and slow the machine down. So not only are we having trouble around the world with the weather, but now we're going to have trouble with endless wars between one country and another country. The weapon sales just keep coming on, and we as people don't seem to care or even think anything of it. More weapons, more death. Or are we thinking of trying to save ourselves, or just talk about the end? It's up to you guys. I can't do it alone. And just 100 people can't do it. We need more watchers. and more people in control so they can do something to try and stop endless war and endless climate change, or at least cut it down some. So I appreciate all the ups and the downs and the new subscribers. And the comment sections are getting much fuller now. More interesting conversations. So until next time.